overwhelmed by multiple messages from different platforms, have all of them in one place. Communicate with all your clients.
Welcome to another great video, I guess. This came into my possession because somebody recycled it. I don't know if this is e-waste or actual recycling, but like pretty much everything else, after it was recycled, it was given to me. I'm so happy. I am so happy to receive this. I'm kind of scared to find out what's inside. Oh, no, not yet. You think we're just gonna skip straight to the inside on a computer that looks like this? Certified by MSI themselves. This thing is true gaming. This is bad. Look at that. G-Skill, EVGA, Corsair, Intel. Basically, it's really good. What is this sticker? This is in French and Japanese. That is an interesting combination. Actions required on the disk bay. Activity indicator, capacity gauge, food? Is this alive? Do you need sustenance? Add a disk here soon, but do not remove this disk. Now add a disk here. I'm getting mixed messages. Let's see if the Japanese translation will make any more sense. Activity indicator, capacity gauge. What is that? What does that one say? That's so tiny. What does that say? Ah, power supply. The fact that that translated to food, that's incredible. There is no need. System is fine. Please add a drive. Do not remove this drive. Add your drive now. Okay.
What if you could customize every game in your Steam library using just one app? With Wemod, you can. Any game you can imagine, you can customize with Wemod. You get access to thousands of mods across 3,000 games that you can turn on in one click. Download Wemod for free today.
Okay, so those sound like instructions for like a NAS? I do not believe that is instructions for this computer, unless this was someone's server, but that couldn't be someone's server. It's true gaming. What is back? Oh my goodness. All right, listen to this. Okay, maybe I shouldn't do that. This looks very, office computer. Looks like there was a graphics card, but only the, graphics glue remains. And every gaming port under the sun. Fun fact, nobody actually needs USB 3. I mean, do you see it? I don't. I suppose it's time to open this monstrosity. What's inside? This. What is that? Excuse me? What is this? Power bank? Okay. Look at the output on this. 5 volts at 0.8 amps. Very fast. Very powerful. Why would this be in here? For what reason? Well, clearly we need to go deeper. Am I allowed to damage this? I don't think it opens more than this without causing irreparable harm. Although, to be fair, this thing is kind of irreparable harm incarnate. If this thing can cause me irreparable harm just by looking at it, I think I'm safe to cause it a little some. Oh, there it is. The mark of the beast. I think at this point I kind of know what this is. But to confirm my suspicion, we must keep going. But I don't actually know how. Because this goes through a hole in the box, so I can't just rip this out. But also, I can't open this flap because the DVD drive is glued to it. This is just modern engineering, honestly. No screws needed. Why use screws when glue exists? Actually, hold on. I think the least destructive way to do this is to tear a line here. I'm sorry, Japanese NAS instructions. So then this can come up. Oh, oh, that's nasty. I can't tell if there are spider webs in here or if that's like little strands of hot glue. Either way, they're really dusty. Ooh, okay. Look at that. That level of dust means someone was like actually using this. This wasn't just like for the meme. Well, okay. I don't know if there's a way to do this that isn't for the meme, but shit if they weren't committed to it. I kind of feel bad. Like I'm just destroying someone's daily driver computer, or at least was at some point, probably. That's fine. You gotta break a few eggs to something, I don't actually know the saying. Oh, I found our next mystery item. Oh, I wish I didn't put my arm inside this. It's a battery. Oh, not for retail sale. This is an OEM battery. Don't get it twisted. And then from there, there's not really much else to it. I can still hear something like sliding around. Oh, I think I see it. Dude, something's gonna bite me. It's another battery. This was also in there. Oh, this is like a chassis screw to keep a side panel on for some computer. I don't think it was whatever this originally was, because that's a Dell, and HP likes these star bits. Dude, you're getting a Dell. I think our spelunking is complete. Oh, but I'm not done with it yet. So how do you turn this bad boy on? Well, with the power button, of course. Conveniently panel mounted. Oh, what? PCBWay OS?
More like PCBWay, oh yes.
PCBWay is a service that I wish that I had when I was just a little tiny Bringus boy. PCBWay takes your awesome designs and makes them real. And if you're just a little tiny boy yourself and don't have any awesome designs of your own, that's fine too, because PCBWay has a shared projects section on their website where you can browse other people's projects and then instantly order all the parts needed to make them. They'll even do the soldering for you at their factory if you want. With over 10 years in electronics prototyping and manufacturing experience, PCBWay is more than qualified to handle just about anything that you throw at them. But watch out, because they're throwing a crazy ton of deals right back at you for their 10th anniversary celebration. They also have this awesome little event put together on their website right now where you can read more about PCBWay, try your luck to win some cool stuff, participate in their charity badge sale, and more. Bring your projects to life with PCBWay by using the link in the description and claim some fantastic deals from now until the end of July. No boot device found. That would make sense. I didn't see a hard drive. Did you? Nothing that a little bit of edge can't solve.
It's Sunday Million season.
6 weeks of unmissable episodes.
$400,000 in bonus tickets to be won.
Weekly chances to score your seat at the grand finale.
The 19th anniversary of the Sunday Million.
Step into the arena.
I want my computers running their best. That's why I edge all of them. Or at least I would. If there was an accessible SATA power connector, it's like, it's there. Oh, it really doesn't want to bend like that. I'm just trying to get you into proper edge position. There we go. I don't know what computer in its right mind would resist getting some edge, but we're all edged up now. Subscribe if you want me to shut the fuck up. I promise I'm using the Dirty Cherry keyboard. There's just not enough room on the table for it. Okay, no OS, no problem. Today we're going to be returning to form. Oh. Like I was saying, but with a tighter grip now. Today we will be returning to form a little bit. You guys remember HoloISO? Arch ISO? That's the HoloISO installer. Why? Dude, I'm at the point where it would be easier to like raise the Antichrist than boot Steam Deck OS on this laptop. Oh, that is cursed. And since I have Stockholm Syndrome, we're gonna go back to HoloISO. Okay, we've got our SSD, we've got our flash drive. Let's get ourselves a little SteamOS. Oh, it's really good and works every time. They've updated it though. The build on this flash drive is from 3 weeks ago. That's quite recent. It's time we give it another shot. And for those of you not familiar, HoloISO is a Steam Deck-like type operating system that is good for installing on Steam Deck-like devices, not unlike the one you see right here. Dell Inc. Optiplex 3010. Ah, figures that this is an Optiplex. The Ford Transit Connect of computing. What do we got here? 8 gigs of the good stuff. An i5 3450? Now that's a CPU. Intel HD graphics, always good to see. I guess that's kind of it. Oh. Okay, we're putting it into Keck mode. Save. Keck.mode. Nice. Keck mode engaged. We are clear to game. Hello? Can I please get a boot menu? No, just a grub rescue. Literally the last thing I ever want to see. Okay, fine. We'll do it the stupid way. There we go. So the HoloISO installer is just straight up the Arch installer now? Okay. So that's how it's gonna be, huh? I think it couldn't find the flash drive somehow. Alright, let's take this from the top, run it back. Still says waiting. Hold on. What if I unplug it and plug it back in? Can you find it now? Apparently not. Which is now on this flash drive with slightly different settings on Rufus that I think is gonna work out in our favor. Third time's a charm. Hey, there we go. Now it can find it. I was kind of scared there for a minute. I thought I was gonna have to go pull out the golden flash drive. I suppose a little bit of Ethernet is in order. There we go. Install HoloISO on this device. Yes, please. Man, select drive. And yeah, I know what SDA is. I know what SDB is. I know that's just how Linux does the drives. But would it kill you to just use the name of the drive? Like, look at that right there. Device SDA. Model Edge. Like, you have this information. Simply tell it to me. Anyway, SDA. Oh. Well, now I just look like a fucking asshole. Box gaming. Gaming box. All contents and partitions on drive dev SDA will be erased. Do it. Installation finished. Really? No errors? Am I being pranked? I mean, I guess it makes sense. The Optiplex is like default PC. It's probably gonna just be supported. So now we can just take this out and, Steam Deck? APM not present. I knew it. I knew I was being pranked. You know, that doesn't smell too good. Coming from the power supply. Oh, the vent. The vent is on the bottom. Oh, geez. Power bank. Here, prop it up. We're getting airflow now? Yes, okay. Wow, that's some hot air. Oh, man. Don't mind me just absolutely barbecuing the power supply. All right, what's your problem, huh? You want UEFI, huh? Sure, have it. See if I care. Just nothing. Just black screen. You guys have to cut me some slack. This is my first box computer. And I know someone's gonna go down in the comments and they're gonna be like, well, I've owned a box computer for the last 10 years. I went to box computer school and I have a box computer certification from a UPS. I would never make these kind of mistakes on my box computer. Okay, everything off except the Edge. This BIOS is Edge only from now on. No boot device found. What do you mean? There was an option to boot an existing operating system when you boot from a USB. Let's give that a try. Boot existing OS. Cool. I'm doing a little bit of thinking here. I remember trying to do this on that crummy Toshiba laptop way back in the prehistoric age, and I was having issues with the fact that HoloISO only wanted to boot UEFI. It would not surprise me if that was still the case. And the fact that clicking this now doesn't show the SSD means maybe I gotta go and boot the flash drive in EFI and then reinstall the system while booting UEFI? I mean, that's how Windows works. However, you boot the Windows installer is how it's going to install it to your drive. So, reinstalling time? What? Did you hear that? Was that like that was a Mario coin? What made that sound? Optiplexes don't do that. Like the prophecy foretold. True gaming. Oh, I saw it. I saw it, SteamOS. Any second now. Any second now. And it's not booting. All right, advanced options. SteamOS with Linux LG. Can you just work? Just for once? Okay, I know some people have issues with this when you're not using a AMD GPU. Maybe that's our issue, huh? Hey, dude, I turned you off. Stop that. All right, AMD GPU going in. Oh. This feels like a game. Like there was clearly a cutout already made for a GPU. Clearly the creator of this game was trying to signal me and be like, hey, you probably need to put a GPU in there. Oh my goodness. I just shoved the power supply into it. It did not even occur to me that it's probably mounted by literally nothing. All right, video from the graphics card. Let's see what she's got. Looks like a whole lot of nothing. I don't know if our AMD GPU is good enough. I really didn't want it to come to this already. I don't hate most of the setups on this channel. Usually they've got something at least a little redeemable about them. I hate this setup. No way. No way. It actually booted. I was literally just sitting here thinking about the next thing I was gonna try. And to be honest, it sounded like the next thing I was gonna be trying was a straitjacket. Insane. Absolutely insane. Basically, I'm a Linux expert. Last of all, down below is the micro SD card slot. It's okay, little guy. There's no micro SD card, but I'll let you believe that. Oh my goodness, it's beautiful. All right, friends. I'm thinking box-themed games today. We got What the Box, Box Ninja, and Drag a Box. Also, there is not even remotely enough room for a keyboard and mouse right now, so, I'll be using my Xbox controller. Use the arrow keys to move and jump. Press space to kick. Simple enough. They didn't stand a chance. Well, I'm screwed. Wait, no, we're good. We are good.
Run! Run! Now bring on the mayhem!
I think I might have needed that. Do I have to jump on it in mid-air? There's no way. Oh! Hold on. What if we just right up. Right there. Yeah! Very nice. Whoa. Oh, ho, ho. Box Ninja's living up to his name now. This is a masterpiece in the box-type game genre. Alright, good box game.
What the box?
The box.
What the box?
Little boxes everywhere. Every boxes. Little boxes.
Alright, this beats Box Ninja. I like me some box core. I have 5 minutes to get the most kills. I've played this game once, and I could not— Whew! We're not the only box in town, it appears. There he is. There he is! This is not fair. I'm on a controller. Damn it. Oh, there's two of them! Oh, you can tap Q to swap weapons? What else do I got? Oh, a box cutter, of course. Damn it. Come here, you little box. There's 3 of them? It's one of those things where it's like you hop on an empty Steam game and the second people see that there's 1 person on, people just start playing. Glad I can bring about the resurgence of What the Box. Oh. Wait. Huh? I should be dead. Huh. Okay. Oh, they were AI the whole time. I thought I was making a connection with 3 other What the Box players. Alright, enough What the Box. We drag a box. Oh, I see. Very good box dragging game. Dragging these boxes across your lawn. Oh, I have absolutely screwed myself. Either way, I think that's about all the substance that game has. So that's it for our box collection. And normally this is the part where I say we should try something a little harder on this thing. But I think Grand Theft Auto 5 would fill the entire SSD. And lucky for us, since the Dell Optiplex is built for gamers, we can just do one of these. Just gotta be careful not to disturb my edge. There we go. They give you another SATA port. Just like that, another 2 terabytes of gaming. Oh, look at that. What did I tell you? Format, do it. Oh, cool. Why though? Hold on, switch to desktop. This is insanity. All this to wipe a drive? Screw this, I'm getting G-parted. I can't use Pac-Man because this is an immutable file system. And I can't even build it from source because I need to install GNOME Common. I can't. No, I refuse. I'm not playing this game. I am simply not going to do that. I love this. I love this. I love this. Delete, delete, new, add, apply. Okay. Oh my god, I think I've done it. Let's see, let's see. Can it be done? Oh my god, that was very tense for a little bit there. Either I was gonna get that working, or we were gonna be playing off of a USB 2 flash drive.
The Kentucky Original Wrap for $2.49.
Amazing. Well, that's gonna take a decade, so gaming will commence in a minute. Not only is the game stuck in the top left corner, it has frozen and crashed the entire computer. This is also the second time this has happened. So now it's Counter-Strike time. Oh boy, Counter-Strike on a controller. Getting a kill with a controller? I don't know if this is possible. Aha! Oh. Oh, good spawn. Come on, please. Please, please! Well, I almost had him. You know, that was actually running so well that I completely forgot to comment on the performance. This is 1080p, highest graphics settings. Let's go. Obviously, we are entirely limited by the CPU, our 3rd gen i5. Get wrecked. Get absolutely destroyed. And I'll do it again. Oh. 40 FPS, 50 FPS. It's like between 40 and 60. I mean, when did those things even come out? I think those chips are from like 2012. So shoot, I guess a decade and 2 more years old CPU getting just about 60 FPS on the highest settings on a modern game. Yeah, it's an esports title, but I don't know. That's pretty dope. Doom. Oh! Oh shoot. Okay, it's been a while. Please? What? Wait. Oh. We can salvage this. Oh, or I guess I could just climb the wall. This runs beautiful though. Look at that, we're over like 100 FPS almost the whole time. 1080p, ultra quality, everything but ray tracing. And this thing is not hurting enough, so let's turn on ray tracing. Ah, there we go. Now it, well, shoot, we're still at like 100 FPS. Why is the audio doing that? That only happened after I turned on ray tracing. Hold on. Is it good now? It's still a little screwy. I did it. Does anything entertaining await us on the other side? Whoa. I really need to finish this game. But not on this thing. The Mox computer, ladies and gentlemen. Is it cheating that I ended up just plugging a Radeon 6950 XT into it? Yeah. Hey, if you guys want to see SteamOS, I gotta do what I gotta do. And if plugging a big fat GPU into these weird computers gets it to work, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I guess the least I can do to this thing is put it back together at least a little bit. There we go. It's literally as good as new. Oh, wait. Can't forget the batteries. This one too. That's gonna be it, ladies and gentlemen. The Box computer. If you want this thing, I'm gonna leave it at these coordinates right here. It'll be there. Check out the Bringus Studios PCB chains. These things haven't really been selling as good as I was hoping, and they're pretty cool, so give it a look at the very least. Check out the Discord, check out the Patreon, check out the Twitter. I'll see you in the next one.
This is Artlist.io, a platform built to empower your business with high-quality creative assets, music, footage, templates, and sound effects. Everything a brand needs to create stunning videos. Trusted by the world's biggest brands. It offers a tailored license to meet your business needs on any platform. This is Artlist, and this is how you create without limits.
That's one good thing. Capital One.
I hope my horrible
audio
won't be a distraction to you.
Didn't think you'd be seeing this guy again, did ya? Yeah, here we are. You, me, and the Google Meet. If you're looking at this thing and thinking, who the heck is Google Meet? You didn't watch the video where we gamed on this bad boy. And spoiler alert, it wasn't the best. Oh, this looks bad. Please, for the love of God, get this man some more pixels. That's what a game that's running really good looks like. But it has potential. In the time between that video and now, I've done some thinking. If this thing only had a half-decent GPU, it would be half-decent. And I'm not gonna keep you guys in suspense today. We're putting a GPU in this thing.
Graphics cards.
But how? And I don't know about you, but in the first video, I didn't spot a PCI Express slot anywhere. But if there's anything that I've learned from this guy,
properly terrible gaming,
it's that if you can install this, then you can install this. So let's get this bad boy open and then I'll show you guys the game plan. As you guys can see, I have pre-skinned our Lenovo today. When I took the rubberized back off of it the first time, it left a bunch of sticky residue. And as you can see, that is now gone. Anyway. And just simply plugging our graphics card into the SSD slot is not exactly all that I want to do with this thing. I want to go a little bit further than that. The goal today is to minimize the jank. We're going bougie this time. This cable right here is Oculink. It's basically just PCI Express as a cable. The goal today is to take this female end of the Oculink cable and then mount it somewhere to the outside of the chassis of this thing. Where exactly, I'm not 100% sure yet. And by having this accessible from the outside of the computer, you can easily plug and unplug a graphics card from this thing without having to have it all open like this. So if we're gonna use this cable and we're gonna plug this end into a graphics card, where are we plugging this end? Ain't got no port. And that is where stinky little adapter number 1 comes in.
How am I already underwater?
I'm in the same boat.
I'm in an actual boat. Because I've been using Grammarly's AI for years to keep me high and dry. Try it. Grammarly can point out what's missing. Right there. The CEO will want to see a deadline.
Oh.
And here you should connect the projections back to company strategy.
Yeah. Mia, can you do a deep dive?
On it. 10% higher revenue by next year.
I'm sending it in.
Budget and headcount are approved.
Download Grammarly for free.
What's on your phone, bro? That's not funny.
You take this guy, put it where this guy currently is, and just like that, you have an Oculink port. Because like I said earlier, these things are just PCI Express. And conveniently, NVMe slots are also just PCI Express. All of these little pins in here would connect to your motherboard, and on an NVMe slot, only like a fourth of these are actually gonna get hooked up, but it's the best we got. So here's our SSD. This is where the operating system is currently installed. And how big was this again? 256 gigabytes. You know how much sensitive info you could store on this bad boy? And you know who I'd trust to protect it? Well, the sponsor of today's video, Aura. Aura sponsored the first video with this thing, and they've been chomping at the bit ever since to do it again. But you know who enjoys chomping on your bits? Eating them up like a sneaky little data slurping rat? Datum Brukeres, the ancient pagan god of shady business practices. His cult continues on today, known as the Data Brokers Clan, and there's still bad news. They want nothing more than to gather your sensitive info about your bank accounts, your identity, your credit, and more, all so they can sell it for a profit, without you ever knowing whose hands your data will land in. And the worst part is that they spend the money they make doing this on fake Tims. Luckily, protecting your data is probably the easiest thing that you'll do today. It's pretty much just doing this. Aura will watch for things like suspicious credit activity, database breaches, and identity theft, and they'll alert you as soon as possible if they find anything. Aura comes with a VPN that makes tracking your online activity way harder. That fake Tim-wearing cult can smell your internet trail like a 50s cartoon character can smell a freshly baked pie sitting in a windowsill. So protect your data pies with Aura. Start a 14-day free trial today by scanning the QR code on the screen, going to aura.com/Bringus Studios, or by clicking my link in the description. But for now, in goes the Oculink adapter. Look at that, step 1, complete. Easy. We're basically already gaming. Actually, that's a lie, because all the games are on here. So where's this guy gonna go? Well, we're just gonna keep playing M.2 musical chairs here, and we're gonna evict the Wi-Fi card. But I don't really want to give up Wi-Fi, so we need a new home for this guy. Look at him, he's just so cute. Why would you get rid of him? I can't even believe that you were thinking that. Wi-Fi card will remember that. Do not worry, my children. I am a benevolent creator. I have a plan for all my children. Except for this one. There's no plan for him. I hate him. Stupid Google Coral AI chip. A chip full of lies. If you watched the first Google Meet video, you would know that Google promised us 400 FPS, but this isn't even 40 FPS. So rest in piss, Google Coral AI chip, and long live the Wi-Fi card. Also, while we're here, I also discovered that there was a second DIMM slot in the other video, and I didn't know that ahead of time, and I just bought a single stick of RAM. I have another one of these coming, and we'll stick it in the back, and we'll have 32 gigs of DDR4. I'm gonna have to find a way to get the Wi-Fi card antennas to go from here to like over here, but I'm confident future me can figure that out. But until then, let's see what we can do about the SSD. So the Wi-Fi card slot is not the same kind of slot that the SSD needs to go into. They're both M.2, but this is M key, and this is not. But that's okay. AliExpress adapter number 2 saves the day. Yoink. Yoink. Just a little bit of human centipede action, no big deal. This is a big deal though. The fan be in the way. And normally this is where I would say that this looks like a problem for the Dremel. We still got most of the disc. But even if I did cut off a little bit of the PCB here, there's still nowhere to mount this thing. Normally there's a little screw post that you would screw into, but under there's nothing. So, actually, I do have this. This is the old SSD out of my Steam Deck from when I upgraded it to 1 terabyte. Poo-poo point. So now the stream location is correct. This is Poo-poo point, this part of the Steam Deck, and we're currently here. And there's like perforations in the PCB. So we can take this ultra tiny little SSD, and look at that. It even lines up with the thing they pre-installed. Oh, this feels very wrong. Purposely breaking a PCB I know it's safe because all of the traces are just in the front there, but this is, oh man, my mechanical sympathy alarm bells are going off right now. Okay.
It's Sunday Million season.
6 weeks of unmissable episodes.
$400,000 in bonus tickets to be won.
Weekly chances to score your seat at the grand finale.
The 19th anniversary of the Sunday Million.
Step into the arena.
It's not going. I don't like that. It's just bending the piss out of it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Oh, that didn't sound good. Oh, all right, I'm gonna put this by the mic for ASMR. Oh, okay, well, that was terrible. But look at that. Nice little compact package. So that will go into our old Wi-Fi slot, and there's no screw post. Wasn't there a screw post? This just goes right into the heatsink. Oh, it's right there. And there we go. I think at this point, I've technically installed SteamOS on this. SteamOS is installed on this. And let this be a lesson to all you guys out there. It's not about the length, it's about how you use it. Also, while we're in here, I'm going to do penance for my sin of absolutely demolishing the BIOS battery slot. See you later. Oh, shoot. I have like a laptop style BIOS battery that's like all packaged here, but the JST connector that I'm gonna solder in there has not arrived yet, so that's for later. So now the last step, I suppose, is rerouting these Wi-Fi cables. Oh, yikes. I don't actually know if that's gonna be possible. I don't know if our black cable is gonna be able to run all the way over here. So I took this off. It's like the metal frame that holds the motherboard in. Yeah, I didn't even know that this came out, but it does. And whether or not we can get this cable to reach, I don't know. But it needs to go through there. That was a lot of work for a feature I'm probably never gonna use. Now that we've got all the various cards moved around, let's do a sanity check and make sure this thing still boots. Yup, we're good to game. I was gonna be pretty bummed if I totally killed this thing already. It was not out of the realm of possibility. So logically, the next step is to hook our GPU up and see what happens. And the way we're gonna do that is with yet another AliExpress adapter. This one takes your normal graphics card slot and turns it into Oculink. We do need a power supply to go with it, but that's not a big deal. Bada bing, bada boom. And just to keep it simple for this first test, we're just gonna use this Radeon something graphics card plugged in, Oculink plugged in, and then into here. Okay, look at that. Kinda awful, kinda not too bad. But does it work? My goodness, we are running out of table space. Okay, the graphics card wants to take a nap, so that guy's gonna lay down, I guess. Power on. Oh, okay, now this. And it is doing nothing. Maybe there's something we have to do in the BIOS? And it's not like this thing exactly has the most normal BIOS. So, we'll see. Oh, yikes. All we can do is mess with Secure Boot? Oh, boy. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna install Windows to the SSD real quick, and then we'll go from there. I changed out the graphics card for this other crummier one, because the other one wasn't doing anything. But joke's on me, because this one's not doing anything either. As you can see in Windows, all we have is our Intel UHD graphics, which is what this is right here. There is a DVI cable plugged in, but it's not plugged into anything, because it doesn't matter, because watch this. A whole lot of nothing. I get no video from the graphics card, it doesn't show up in Device Manager, and trust me, all of this random crap down here, none of these are the graphics card. I can guarantee you that. Last time I was messing with this thing, these were all here, and it's just all the random weird hardware that's on this thing. It's just, yeah, it's just kind of like that. But interestingly, watch this. I'll turn the computer off, and then this guy, he turns off. So they are communicating somehow. I just don't really know where the breakdown is. So to troubleshoot this, I ordered another one of these Oculink adapters. If this particular Oculink adapter just doesn't work, we will be able to find out after they show up from Amazon. Alright, what the heck?
When you've done enough Uber Eats.
This thing is working now, plugged into a real actual computer. See, look at that, there it is. And as you can see here, we are posted. Look at that, Advanced Micro Devices Inc.
AMD.
So it's certainly seeing it. Why? New adapter from Amazon. It's gonna make the whole thing work. I don't know where this part's gonna go in the video. It's been like 10 billion years since I started this, but it's working. This is a Radeon RX 480. I was testing it with other cards at some point, but this one is actually working the best. It's hooked up using this NVMe adapter. This little stubby guy works great. Something, it's not about the size, you know. But don't take my word for it. Look at this. This is GTA 5 running on the RX 480. And I can tell you it's running on the RX 480 because this is 1080p at a mix of high and very high settings. And you know what's even crazier? Those of you that really understand what I'm about to tell you are gonna hate this. It's running at PCIe by 2. This is a PCIe 3 by 2 link. I have no idea why, but this NVMe slot is not wired up for by 4, or it's just not working correctly in the firmware or something. I don't know. The wizards over on the Ultrabook server are kind of figuring this out for me right now. But this is the performance uplift we're getting with a by 2 connection. Your graphics card has 16 little highways that it can communicate with the computer with, but right now we are pushing all of that traffic through just 2 of them, and it's still working this well. Absolutely bananas. The proof of concept is a resounding success. Now let's minimize the jank. You've seen the business side, but have you seen the gaming side?
You don't want to see my gaming side.
These are not 3D printer errors. These are gaming lines. We now have a beautiful cutout for the Oculink port. Not only that, but we once again have those grippers. Look at that. She ain't going nowhere. One of the prototypes for this whole back piece was like a completely ventilated version, but then looking inside of here, I realized that this whole part right here is the air intake, and there's actually some components in here that need cooling, and they need the air to go from here to here. So instead, the whole thing is just solid, and this isn't all I was working on. Oh, I've been busy. I soldered in a connector for a new CMOS battery. I got our second stick of 16GB DDR4, and I slapped that bad boy right on the back. And the only thing left to do now is finish off the GPU dock. I've got the general skeleton figured out already, and I do want to make a nice ventilated enclosure, but I didn't have the GPU on hand yet, so I couldn't really measure it. However, okay, the question on everybody's mind, is this overkill? Surprisingly, the answer might be no. And I'll let the people that understand PCI Express a little better than me clarify in the comments, because I have no idea if this line of thinking is correct. But remember earlier when I was playing GTA 5 on this thing on the RX 480, oh no, the A came off, no. Anyway, when I was playing GTA 5, we discovered that this was only a 2x link. That's actually non-standard for NVMe slots in general. They're supposed to be a by 4 link, but this one just sucks. Sacrifices had to be made to hook up 5 gigabit Ethernet ports, I suppose. So my thinking was, if we're gonna be so limited by only a by 2 PCIe connection, we're gonna want the fastest possible card to just kind of brute force it. What I imagine to be the reason that this thought process breaks down is because you actually reach like a point of diminishing returns with how much data you can even shove through that connection. And if that's the case, this is completely overkill. There's definitely a bottleneck with that by 2 connection, and you guys know me. I'm not gonna try and find the optimal graphics card for this situation. I'm just gonna install big GPU. Big GPU, go fast. Oh hey, it came with a mouse mat. That's pretty cool.
Actually, it's a repair mat for when your GPU overheats and dies.
It's actually not really that much bigger than the 1080. It's a wee bit thicker, but it's pretty much the same footprint. Radeon scum. Who wants it? And just like that, Bob's at your dad's family reunion. Man, do I even want to make an enclosure? This is a really nice looking card. You know what, AMD? You've convinced me. No enclosure. We're just gonna raw dog it. Let's do this.
The Kentucky Original Wrap for $2.49.
Okay, this thing is epic. I just triggered OPP on this power supply with just the card connected. The whole thing just shut down on me when I loaded up 3D Mark. So, sorry, 450 BT, you're not gonna cut it. But you, my beloved TX850, you will lead the people to gaming. About halfway through recording all the gameplay, I realized that there was an atrocious buzzing in most of the recording. When the GPU is under heavy load, the power supply just starts buzzing uncontrollably, and a lot of that got into the audio. I have since switched back to a mic that is not affected by the buzzing, but until we get to the GTA gameplay, you will just have to suffer. I am sorry in advance. Anyway. Oh, and it rebooted. Very cool. Buttery smooth. It won't let me change off 1080p. Well, that's fine. For once in my life, I don't need to. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going all the way up. No super resolution, it's all raster here. No. No! Why? Why crash? No! My match was ready! This is not good. This is not good at all. Oh. That would do it. I think my very cool bottom that I made for myself is not adequate for airflow. The gaming side. More like the roasting side. Good thing I still have the prototype ventilated cover. There we go. Alright, let's try this one more time. Oh, wow. It instantly reset when I started Prime 95. Oh, yikes. Maybe I'm drawing too much power from the AC adapter. I don't know, this is wild. All right, 180 watt power adapter. It's foolproof. Our problems are all solved. The video is saved. I believe. Come on. Prime 95, go. Oh, we're hitting it. The temperature seems to be under control. This poor thing has been through so much. I don't know how we were browning out a 90 watt AC adapter on this CPU. It's only drawing 20 watts. Is everything else on this board really that power hungry? I don't know. All I know is that gaming is back on the menu, boys. Oh yeah, we're in game. And oh boy, are we gaming. I'm actually so happy that it just turned out to be a power issue. This was gonna be so much harder to diagnose if it was unstable because of something I did. But just like our GPU here, shoving more power at the problem completely solved it. That is how we do it around here, ladies and gentlemen. Absolute win. So here's Counter-Strike when we were just using the integrated graphics, and here's how it's running now. I'd say it's a little better, but folks, we got more games to try out. Team Fortress 2? Oh, thank you. Thank you for upscaling this obscure resolution to another more obscure resolution. Alright, maximum settings. Let's play a game, YouTube. When I get into a match, how many bots are gonna be there? And will I get instantly kicked? Let's see. Wait, no bots? If you said no bots, somehow, I think you were correct. Hey, that's pretty good. What the? Nah, what? Absolutely not. Okay. Oh, look at that. Okay, never mind. If you said no bots, you were very wrong. Look at that, though. We are in the hundreds of FPS in TF2. I mean, you leave spawn and we're instantly down about 130 FPS, but you know, if that ain't a bot. Oh, no. Oh! I'll take it. I'm stopping on a high note. I will admit, the CPU is kind of still in danger of melting. Ah, that's okay. We got games to play. Oh, like to see that. Normal, 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 everything normal. But folks, there's nothing normal about this performance. 80 FPS, we love to see it. Look at that, even up to 90 when you're drowning in the lake. So this was how the game was running with the integrated graphics before, compared to now. Once again, I'd say we've got a bit of a performance uplift. The game's actually playable in 1080p, unlike last time.
Finally! Put your bike in the back. How long did you take? Where have you been? I've just done 27 miles trying to find you.
グラサマとテンスラがまたまたコラボするぞ。噛みつけ。またつまらぬものを切ってしまった。 逃げ道があると思うなよ。メギド大神楽。めでたい日なんだ。そろそろ決着をつけよう。ベルゼグラフィティ。メイドの土産にしては派手すぎたか。さて、和解の宴とシャレ込もうじゃないか。クラ様。
Clearly, the GPU is overkill for GTA 5. And realistically, this is not that much better than the RX 480 from earlier. And considering the price gap between an RX 480 and a 6950 XT, we are certainly beginning to cement my purchase in clown territory. Well, hold on. Oh my, that's how you know it's running good. When the menu freezes up for 5 whole seconds. Very high, very high, very high, ultra. I don't think our PCIe by 2 link is gonna like this very much, but we'll see. Cranking it to ultra graphics? Yeah, looks like the GPU has something to do now. Interesting. So the performance in terms of FPS is like exactly the same, but the graphics are just way higher now. Somebody who knows what they're talking about, leave a comment as to why that's the case. The short answer is because I'm using an awful PCIe by 2 connection, but the long answer is probably more interesting. And unfortunately, I don't really know what it is. But with that being said, I think I'm gonna crank the graphics up on everything else too. Seems like there's no difference in performance. Doom 2016, everything ultra. And the reason we're in Doom 2016 and not Doom Eternal is because in the original video I played Doom 2016, there was no chance that the iGPU was going to be playing Doom Eternal. We had to go all the way down to 480p to get half-decent performance. But today, ladies and gentlemen, 1080p, 150 FPS. It's just beautiful. Oh my god, briefly 500 FPS in the menu. Out of every game so far, this definitely feels the most, like, stable? Because in some of the other games, for just a second, it would go down to, like, 1 FPS and then right back up. But Doom's pretty consistent. I got a feeling I'm not going to feel that way about our next game, though. Far Cry 5. Let me remind you how Far Cry 5 ran on the iGPU. Ran is a very, very strong word for this. It was just 100% unplayable. And this time, it is quite playable. I actually can't even be mad. This is pretty good. Especially because this game kind of just runs bad in general. Oh wait, nope, there it comes. There it comes, there's the bad. Now I want to try something. What actually happens if we increase the resolution scale? I'm pretty sure that means that we're rendering in 4K now. Oh, that's not better at all. Nothing's happening and we're at 40 FPS. Well, actually, I don't know. I'd say it's about the same. Okay, new test. 1x resolution scale, but I'm gonna set the game resolution to 720p. That should make AMD RSR kick in. Yup, look at that. Okay, so the GPU is upscaling from 720p to 1080p, and it's gonna do it in a way that makes it look decent, in theory. I don't know, I think that's how it works. Back in my day, we just went into the game, pressed the resolution that you wanted, and you press OK, and that's what the resolution you were gonna be playing at was. Kids these days with their newfangled AI upscaling and frame generation is just a bunch of hoopla to me. Oh, that looks kinda trippy. Seems like it made, I don't know, a little difference. Not really much of anything. 100? Oh, well that's because I'm leaving the battlefield. Ah, there we go. You look at the action and it takes a dump. Okay, maybe a little better. I don't know. I'd probably just leave it off. But in conclusion, is this better than the iGPU? Absolutely! Did we achieve Chromebox feng shui today by minimizing the jank? We did not! This has been nothing but jank the entire time. I went through 2 different Oculink adapters. The CPU fan was off doing fuck all, just letting the CPU get to like 100 degrees Celsius. My cool cover isn't good enough. The NVMe slot was missing 2 lanes. Unfortunately, while Chrome OS blood courses through the Google Meets veins, I don't think it can ever not be jank. Is it now better than it was? Yes, I think so. Does that mean it's good? No, I still hate it. And this is probably the last video with it. I don't think I can take it anymore. And today there are some shout-outs in order. The people of Krultrabook have been absolute legends once again. Specifically Weird Tree Thing, Cool Star, Ellie, clocking in at her 2nd shout-out now, and Jamie. We love those guys over on Krultrabook. And you know what else we love? Bringus Sticker Pack 1! You get a Bringus logo, a Batarang, and a Mogo S badge, an unlicensed Nintendo product sticker, an Xbox Jewel, an absolutely gigantic This Computer Sucks sticker, and it wouldn't be a Bringus sticker pack without one random Among Us imposter. There are seriously not a lot of these things left, and once they're gone, they're gone. That listing is on my Etsy store, which is in the description, and now I leave you in the care of my patrons. I'll see you in the next one. I think it's safe to say that this guy deserves one of these. Beautiful, there we go. Oh, and look at what weird tree thing did for me. Wait for it. Haha! Yes!
With Betfair, get a completely free bet every weekend until Cheltenham on any racing multiple.
Time to break the Lenovo seal. Wait, is this a map? I just shorted the crap out of it. This thing doesn't have genitals. 400 FPS? The fan went full speed like 7 times. Now nothing. Ah, there it is. YouTube, there's someone I'd like you to meet. Meet Lenovo. All right, what have I got today? So this is what I believe to be a Google Meet conference computer of some kind. You can tell it's a computer because of this. But from what I understand about this thing, you're supposed to hook up a really big webcam to it, and then you talk to your mom, if your mom is your boss. See, this is kind of more of like a corporate type thing. You wouldn't find this thing in your home. The reason it's in my home is so that I can cause irreparable harm. So let's get started. So I don't know the first thing about taking this apart. There's this big old rubber thing on the bottom. I guess that's a good place to start. Maybe? There's not like a single screw hole on this thing. There's not even an obvious place to like start prying it. That being said, I do assume we're gonna have to pry something. Here's the hood iFixit kit. Oh, what the? It's sticking. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a magnet. Oh, we have lots of magnet. Yo! What the heck? Why would they? What? Are you telling me that Lenovo knows how magnets work? That's insane. Nobody knows how magnets work. Hold on. The ultimate test. Oh, look at that. They all just stopped moving. Wow. Is this whole thing a magnet? Wait, hold on. We can kind of find where the magnet is. Hold on. There's more where that came from. So based on my highly scientific model here, we have 10 magnets. That's impressive. But how many magnets do I have? 16, 17, 18, 19. 19. You did pretty good, Lenovo, but I have 19 magnets. Better luck next time. Anyway, we should probably put these away. So now that we know that crucial information, still gotta figure out how to open up this thing. Okay, what is this? GQE50L Google Meet Series 1 Room Kit. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have an iFixit tutorial for this one. Okay then, we're on our own, guys. Just me and all 125,000 of you. Truly all alone. So there's like adhesive under there, but that's like gonna come off once and then we'll never go back again. I know earlier I said that I'm down to cause irreparable harm, but like, I don't know. I don't need to, unless I do, I don't know. Is there like a hidden screw? No, wait, maybe? Sometimes you can feel like screw posts through stickers. What the hell, why not?
Nope.
See, this is what I meant by irreparable harm. This is never gonna stick as well ever again. See, look at that. It's lifted for all eternity. All right, well, off comes the rubber. Oh my God. No! No! Irreparable harm has been caused. I shouldn't be this upset about this, but I am. Whoa, that's interesting. Look at the pattern that they applied the adhesive with. What the heck kind of process is that? They got CNC machines with little tiny glue sticks on the end that just go. That's kind of cool. Anyway, me and the boys looking for some irreparable harm to cause. Yeah, them city gamers ain't even know how to skin a Lenovo. Yeah, look at that. The whole thing is like that. It's like Wait, is this a map? So here's the focal point. You can see there's a path going this way. There's a pretty open corridor right here, and then there's one diagonally going this way. There's a skinny section we could take around the mound here, but I'm not sure where to go from here. Okay, well, we'll figure that one out another time. That's filthy. But we found our screws. You know how we're taking this thing apart? LTTstore.com. Hey, guess what Linus did? Gaming? He gave me some special Bringus buttons to buy a screwdriver with. They're down here in the description. Buying through these affiliate links directly supports my channel. Plus, they get you the best multi-bit screwdrivers ever made. Anyway, time to break the Lenovo seal. Okay, now what? Oh, hold on. We do a bit of prying. We must go where no LTT screwdriver has gone before, in a hole smaller than 8 millimeters across. Time to see what's inside the Google Meet computer. Wow, would you look at that? It's like a laptop in a box. SATA M.2. Couldn't have sprung for NVMe? Okay, I see how it is. How much of the detotated stuff do we got? A-Pacer. A-Pacer for industrial. Oh my lord. 2 gigabytes. Yeah, that's gonna be an issue. We will address that later. CPU, I imagine, is under here, which is our, what was it? 8th gen Intel i7. Okay. Oh my, look at this. It's the world's tiniest BIOS battery. Look at that thing. That's 12 millimeters across. Why are you so small? Here's you, also you, still you. The Ethernet controller she tells you not to worry about. Wi-Fi card. Can't you stick like a PCI Express adapter into these things? I don't know, I've seen Dawood do it a few times. That might be kind of fun. Anything under the fan? I don't know, let's find out. Oh hey, what's up little man? Hey, I'll catch you later. Well, now that we've seen what's inside, let's try turning it on. Which is gonna be easier said than done because of that. Yeah, that's our power plug. Kinda looks like a Ghastly or something. Yeah, I don't have that. But let's see, I think I have something close. I have like that as a plug. Yeah, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. Oh, this thing, hold on. So it can take 19 volts, which is like your standard laptop charger voltage, or 54 volts, which I believe is PoE. Conceivably, I could use this to power it. Probably? I don't know. Maybe this is why this one's got the big Chungus controller? Either way, I don't have any spare DDR4. I also have nothing that uses PoE. You guys know what that means.
It's time for a trip to the e-waste store.
I found a PoE-enabled network switch, and we hooked it up to the port right here that has a little lightning bolt on it. But turns out that this is not PoE as you traditionally would think of PoE. This doesn't receive power, it gives it out, which is exactly the opposite of what we want. So the network switch with PoE did not power it. So this is my only attack vector. Considering the official AC adapter for this is $168 on eBay, I have decided we're gonna rough it. However, I did get a 16 gigabyte stick of RAM. Extremely detotated. So we'll stick that in when the time comes, but for now, I just want to get this thing powered on. Oh, I almost forgot. I also got a Cactus brand SSD, 128 gigabytes, Human Slime Edition, commercial grade. That's how you know it's good stuff. As gaming as this is, it's not going to help us right now, though. Right now, I got to figure out how we can power it with this guy. Oh, what the heck? There's another SODIMM slot on the back. I could have bought 2 8s. I just bought a single 16. Well, that kind of sucks. Whoa, this is interesting. There's a micro SD card slot with a micro SD card in it. 4 gigabyte Toshiba card. Okay, we got to see what's on this. In she goes. Oh, there's nothing on it? Oh, message for user.txt. Well, let's see it. You have officially been hacked in every way possible? Your devices tracked? Bank account charged $9,999? Identity stolen? Credit $1 million loan in my name? Privacy? My IP revealed to all my subscribers? It's 165.227.29.75? You know, normally I'd really be freaking out about this, but lucky for me, I've already dealt with all of it. I was alerted instantly when all of this happened by Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Thanks to Aura, protecting all of the above is now easier than even doing this. Aura alerts you to threats against the most important aspects of your life. They'll watch for things like suspicious credit activity, database breaches, and identity theft, and alert you as soon as possible if they find anything. Aura is so thorough that they can apparently even detect if a new co-owner was added to the title of your house. I did not even know that that could happen, and now I have one more thing keeping me up at night. With Aura, you don't have to worry about that. Not only that, but I don't have to worry about my internet browsing either. Aura comes with a VPN that hides your IP, encrypts your browsing data, and makes tracking your online activity way harder. You can enjoy the peace of mind of knowing that nobody but you and the guy packing your order knows how many chicken heaters you're about to own. You also get the peace of mind that comes with 24/7 online support. Someone will always be there to help you out. Protect what's really important and start a 14-day free trial today by scanning the QR code on the screen, going to aura.com/BringusStudios, or clicking my link in the description. Anyway, all of this stuff was on the bottom, so you're not normally supposed to see this. I mean, well, to be fair, you're not normally supposed to get into this thing at all, but it's just kind of interesting that they have just an SD card slot there. And then what is this guy? It says Coral.ai, Google LLC. This is a custom board by Google. M.2 accelerator with dual edge TPU. What the heck? What is it though? Performs high-speed ML inferencing. Each coprocessor is capable of performing 4 trillion operations per second. Is that impressive? Oh shoot, 400 FPS? All right, yep. That's all I needed to read. This is literally the most gaming card I've ever seen. 400 FPS? Are you serious? Oh my goodness. Oh man, I've got high hopes for this thing now. 400 FPS, here we come. Okay, so these 4 on the outside, those are all going to be ground. And then one of these is 54 volts, and then one of them is 19 volts. So now my job is to figure out which one's which without completely blowing this whole thing up. Okay, so when I touch these two guys together, he screams. And by doing that, we can figure out when 2 things are connected together. The outside of this RJ45 and the outside of this one, they're electrically connected. They're both grounded. You can tell because these little copper things right here are on the ground plane. So you can touch one there, touch one here. They're all ground. Housings on the outside of connectors are almost always on ground, including this one right here. Look at that. But we can use any points here on the ground plane to connect the minus terminal of our 19 volt connection, but finding where to stick the positive terminal is a little trickier. And now if I knew what I was doing, this is the part where I would tell you exactly how to do that. But this is Bringus Studios, ladies and gentlemen, and we have exhausted my knowledge.
It's Sunday Million season.
6 weeks of unmissable episodes.
$400,000 in bonus tickets to be won.
Weekly chances to score your seat at the grand finale.
The 19th anniversary of the Sunday Million.
Step into the arena.
There's definitely 2 different voltages coming through here though, because these are 2 very separated areas. We only need to power the 19 volt pin to get this thing to turn on, I'm fairly certain. The 54 volt pin is only when you want to use the PoE features, which we don't. So the way I'm thinking about this is, if you apply the wrong voltage to a circuit, bad things can happen. But usually it's only bad when you put too much voltage through a circuit. So my thinking here is that we can put 19 volts through either one of these, and if it lands on the 19 volt side, sick. And if it lands on the 54 volt side, not sick, because it won't turn on, but it shouldn't cause damage because putting 19 volts where 54 volts is expected is not that bad. So it shouldn't do any damage, right? Don't learn anything from this section, by the way. I have no idea what I'm doing. So let's do it. Gonna stick the power supply clamp right onto that guy right there. Okay, and we'll put ground right here. All right, power supply on. All right, if this fan spins, we're in business. Power button was here, so this should be it. Let's see.
Nope.
Okay, power supply off. We'll try a pin on the other side. Power supply on. Oh, it doesn't like that. The power supply dropped to 0 volts. Usually that means I'm shorted to something. You know what I really should have checked? To see if any of the pins in here are ground. Yeah, they totally are. I just shorted the crap out of it. That should be okay. That one particular pin was ground. Very cool. All right, well, let's try this one. Wait, nope. Let's try this one. Power supply on. Oh, did you see that? It spun. I saw it. Oh, there it goes again. So the fan just spins and then stops. I think it's trying to start? Okay, well, either way, we know which pin is the right pin now. This one right here. So now all we gotta do is find out which pad that is. Okay, it's that one. Ground connection here now, and a 19 volt connection here now. Now that we've done that, I can screw the wire. Bruh. There we go. As I was saying, the wires can be put into these terminal blocks. Now we can plug a real proper 19 volt AC adapter into this thing. Connectorino. Pluggerino. Not working, Eno. What the heck, dude? New plan. When you don't like your solder points, you make your own. And how about now? Nothing? Come on, man. Okay, I've made a pretty epic discovery. This dark green plane, yeah, that's not connected to this pin. I didn't look close enough, and it's hard to even see on camera here. But that pin is not part of that plane. So that's why it wasn't turning on. I've soldered to the pin, as God intended. Let's try again. Hey, there we go. How about we plug HDMI in? Would you look at that? Oh, it's hauling ass now. Oh God, it's going, it's going. The fan went full speed like 7 times. Now nothing? Cool. How do you even troubleshoot this, dude? What if I take out the RAM and put it back in? Yeah! Oh, no way, it's working! The fan's not on. Do you want to activate Chrome Vox, the built-in screen? No. Your Google Meet hardware is ready to set up. So this thing really does just run without the fan then. And I think the loud fan was the indicator that the RAM was not seated correctly. Okay, we'll get a handy dandy Ethernet cable plugged in here. Downloading the latest update. Very cool. This reminds me a lot of Chrome OS, I have to say. Oh, this literally is just Chrome OS. I am a little concerned that the fan is no longer spinning. Maybe it'll kick on later. Google Meet hardware is ready to set up again. Enterprise enrollment? That's not good. Uh-oh. Can I be my own enterprise? Oh, I can be. Enrollment error. Your organization limits device enrollment to authorized users only. Okay. Oh wait, hold up. Look at this in the corner. Use as a personal device. Well, that didn't change anything. What the heck? I clicked use as a personal device. Alright, I don't know how far we're gonna get with this. I am glad that this thing at least turns on now. I got a little bit of cleaning up to do. So essentially this thing is just a Chromebook. With Chromebooks and Chromeboxes and whatever, there's like a recovery console that you can sort of get into. I'm gonna try and do that. Usually they've got some kind of button or pin you gotta push. I think this is the one right here, this button. So I'm gonna hold this and turn it on. There we go. Okay, we're at the recovery screen. So now Control D, there we go. To turn OS verification off, press the recovery button. Okay, this one. OS verification is off. Okay, cool. So that is step 1 to getting another OS on this thing. Your system is transitioning to developer mode. Modifications you make to the system are not supported by Google, may cause hardware issues, and may void warranty. Just the way I like it. Okay, this stupid thing has finished its transition, whatever that means. Control Alt F2. Ooh. Okay, I believe the root user is Kronos. There we go. Now there is a lovely script put together on mrchromebox.tech that should make it so we can install like a UEFI compatible bootloader type thing in this thing. And then from there, it's game over. This thing is all mine to game on. Okay, so the only problem here now though is that it says firmware write protect enabled. If we're gonna be doing anything with this, we need to disable the firmware write protect. And on these weird Chrome things, there's usually a screw you can actually just physically remove that disables write protection. So I'm going to turn it off. We'll see if we can't figure out where that screw is. It's also possible that it might just be 2 pads that I have to bridge with solder. I'm kind of the first person that I know of that's messing with this thing, so kind of on our own here. This kind of looks like it to me because you can see that the pad is like split in 2 areas. So putting a screw in here would contact both the pads and then short it to enable write protection. But the screw is not in there anymore. So that can't be it. Press PP button now. This thing doesn't have genitals. Every time press PP button now comes up, I have to hit the power button for some reason. It just says another press will be required. And then suddenly it's gonna pop up to tell me to press it. I gotta be ready. I don't know why I have to do this, but if it works, it works. I am at the point in this guide where I need to connect something called a SUSY Q cable.
What's that?
It's this bizarre debugging cable, and you can't buy it anymore. Unless we get that cable, there's no way I'm installing a full firmware. But we can do this RW Legacy one. RW Legacy firmware cannot be used to run Windows. Period. Well, I'm no stranger to Linux. Whoa! Oh, I didn't like that. Image size doesn't match the expected size. Okay. And everything else is write protected. Here's the new plan. We're just gonna get into the default Chrome OS that's already on this thing, and then see what we can do from there. Enable debugging features. Sure, why not? Can't hurt. Ooh, enable booting from USB drives. This might be exactly what we're looking for. Okay. Root password. Gaming. Confirm. Gaming. So now do I just burn a Linux flash drive and we're good? For good luck, we're going to be using the golden flash drive again. Godspeed, little buddy. Alright, Control U. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Look at that. Could not boot from USB. Thank you, Quora. Reboot, but this time with Linux installed to a finger, and the Chromebook is fingered by it. Okay. So I can't get into this thing's Chrome OS because of the enterprise enrollment garbage. Can't boot from a flash drive. Nope. Because God knows why. Guy on Reddit says to press Control-Alt-H. Oh, are you sure you want to set up this device to run Hangouts Meet? No. Is that the wrong answer? Yes. Neither of them do anything. I have once again run some more commands from Reddit, disabling something called OEM device requisition. So now we're gonna reboot. Hope for the best. So what if we just did one of these, huh?
I'm going to...
See you later. Oh, shoot. I broke the crap out of this. It's fine. It's fine. Alright, see you later, buckaroo.
Many thanks.
How about now? Write protect is still enabled. Does this thing even go back in? Not really. Okay. Irreparable harm once again. At this point, I was getting pretty pissed off because this thing just didn't want to be gamed on, and I didn't bother to keep the camera rolling since this video is already going to be long enough. I'd gone back to the original guide that I was following, you know, the one that needed the Suzy Q cable, which you can't buy anymore, and I thought to myself, what the heck is so special about this cable anyway? And turns out I'm not the first person to think that, since other people who are in the same boat as me said fuck it, and they just made one themselves. Apparently, Google put out an official specification for the Suzy Q cable, making it technically possible to just create your own. All you need to do is solder 2 resistors to certain pins on a Type-C jack, and then solder a USB-A cable into it. And since I'm no shank mods, I just bought a breakout board for a Type-C jack and soldered the resistors and the USB cable directly to that instead of the Type-C jack. As long as the spec that Google put out for this thing is correct, then it should let me directly interface with the security chip on the motherboard and then curb stomp the write protection to the Shadow Realm. So from what I understand about using this cable, I'm supposed to plug this end into the only Type-C port that's on here, and then the regular USB end into one of the regular USB ports, which is extremely cursed, and everything I know about electronics conventionally would tell me that this is not a good idea. But the documentation for this cable is from Google, so it should be fine. Okay, so this command should open up the CR50 security chip for disabling write protection. Nope. Very cool. Oh wait, I think I already did this. Yeah, this was the thing that told me to press the PP button. Okay, it says that if it doesn't show up, sometimes you gotta flip it. Well, the guide says not to plug it in until this part, so I'm gonna unplug it and reboot it. I remember when I thought that just unplugging the cable and rebooting was gonna do anything. I was so innocent back then. No, it turned out that for, oh, I don't know, the next 4 or 5 hours maybe, my cable wouldn't be doing anything remotely like what it was supposed to be doing. Eventually, I took off my insanity tinted glasses and realized that I probably just built the cable wrong. And this was partially true. I'd flipped the green and white wires that ran to the USB-A cable, but at the time I didn't know that. I was too busy trying literally everything I could think of, including resoldering the entire board, trying different value resistors, bridging all the 5-volt lines, bridging all the ground points. Hell, I even deconstructed the entire thing onto a breadboard, but it still wouldn't work. It doesn't even show up as connected to the computer at all. You know what would really help to troubleshoot this? Having something that is known good and working to test my cable on. What I need is, for the first time in my life, a Chromebook. So it was off to the e-waste store again for trip number 2. I found this piece of crap HP Chromebook with a screen that's just barely still clinging to life. I plugged my abomination of a USB cable in, and for the first time in this entire project, the computer started communicating with the security chip. That means that my cable actually works. So what's the deal then? Why doesn't it work on the Lenovo Meet computer? How do I sanity check something that I don't know anything about? In my desperation, I turned to the people that do know a thing or two about stuff like this. The citizens of the Krultrabook Discord server. Please get a better name. These folks know a thing or two about Chrome OS based devices, and with their help, we figured out nothing. Even to this day, while I'm editing this, nobody knows why it works on this random Chromebook, but not on the Lenovo Meet computer. But you know what user Ellie knew about? Something she refers to as a gamer move, which is also known as shorting SPI pin 3 to 8. Huh? But what the heck does that mean? What's an SPI chip? So the SPI chip is what's write protected that we've been trying to unwrite protect this entire time. It's the thing that's being written to when we write our UEFI firmware, which is what lets us boot Windows and Linux. As it turns out, if you solder a wire between pins 3 and 8 on the SPI chip, it will disable write protection. Exactly what we need here. Left with no other options, I soldered a jumper wire, risking even more irreparable harm to the motherboard. I guess this is also a good time to mention that I figured out what that power port is, and I bought the matching jack from DigiKey and then soldered it to a female barrel jack, so I don't have to rely on this anymore. We're just gonna pretend that all of that never happened. There you go, good as new. Now the only thing left to do is see if shorting the SPI chip would finally disable write protection on it.
Oh, buddy.
And I think you can guess that it did. God bless you, Ellie. God bless you. With the core boot UEFI firmware now installed on our freshly writable SPI chip, I popped in the 16GB stick of DDR4 that I bought earlier, a 1TB NVMe SSD to replace the old SATA one, and then I got to work doing what I do best. Now that everything is finally good to go on this thing, I think it's SteamOS time. And the flavor of SteamOS we're going to be using today is this one called Bazite. Actually, hold on.
Bazite.
Oh my god. That dude puts Microsoft Sam to shame for creepiest text-to-speech. Bazite. This is just another operating system, apparently powered by Fedora, that puts the Deck UI from the Steam Deck as kind of the primary GUI, which is exactly what we want. Alright, so we knew this thing was an 8th gen i7, but now we can see that it's an i7-8550U at a whole 1.8 gigahertz. Very fast. It sees our 16 gig stick of wham, so that's good. Whoa. Oh my. Oh, look at that. So they've got pre-made images on here for the Steam Deck, the ROG Ally. I'm not sure what this Asus one is. This is probably NVIDIA GPU support. Framework, that's cool. They got one for the Surface? Wow, there's a lot of these. Well, I'm just gonna go with the regular one, I guess. Oh, welcome to Fedora 38. So they just cannibalized the regular installer, I guess. Oh my. Kickstart insufficient. What does that mean? Okay. All right. Oh, okay. I clicked on this and then hit done, and now it's fine. Maybe it just wants me to verify all this stuff. No user will be created. How does that work? I'm gonna enable that. Okay, let's do it. Ah, there it is. Wait, this thing doesn't come with Steam? What? What the heck? Oh, welcome to Bazite. Setting up Bazite Arch. Sets up a custom Arch Linux OCI. What the heck? Okay, clearly I don't understand what's happening. So you take the wheel, Bazite. Let's give it the old sign in. How about that? And there's Steam. And I've already downloaded some games ahead of time. We can just plug that right into the Type-C port. There we go. There it is. Welcome, Google Meet Series 1 compute unit, to the elite group of computers that are now Steam Decks. But do she play like a Steam Deck? Let's find out. Nice. Instant 2.4 gigabyte update. Very cool. Now we can play. Nope, gotta do the Vulkan shaders. Just like a real Steam Deck. Oh my god. This, ladies and gentlemen, this right here is the SteamOS experience. So this is, not great. Recommended setting for your system configuration, and it gave us high. For the sake of getting double-digit FPS, we're going to 720p. Oh, okay. So that's how it's gonna be, huh? Oh, this looks bad. Please, for the love of God, get this man some more pixels. Let's get an FPS counter. That's what a game that's running really good looks like. Okay, okay. Almost 30 FPS. This is better than the PlayStation 4. Can we get 60 FPS? All right, I'm gonna make a deal with the devil. We're going to 350p. Oh my goodness. No way, dude, no way. Oh my goodness, why is this a supported resolution? I can hardly even distinguish the numbers on the FPS counter. Wow, this is like PlayStation 1 edition. Counter-Strike 2 for the PlayStation 1. You know what's even more incredible is we're still not really getting 60 FPS. Well, sometimes, I guess. It gets there eventually. I would now like to try kicking all the bots. Wow, that is very readable. I've learned from you guys, from the PS4 video, where I played Counter-Strike on the PS4, that kicking the bots ups the frame rate like crazy. And while I still can't really read that number all that great, I can tell that it's above 60 more often than not. So yeah, it actually helped quite a bit. Look at that, 80 almost? We banging off 80 right now? Does getting over 60 FPS really matter if there's nobody to play against? That being said, let's try an online game. We couldn't go online with the PS4 because the game was running too slow and there was no way that was gonna happen. However, this is technically running fine. Okay, so I'm not playing right now. This is just me spectating. But 30-ish, 40 FPS, not too bad. The side of the screen is very colorful. All right, match point. It's my time to shine. Oh no. Oh boy, here we go. Let's do this, team. I can't see anything, but it's all good. I got this. Let's go. I got this. Let's go. Oh, they didn't even know it hit him. Well, that's what happens when my 350p ass joins the game. How about something new? Team Fortress 2. You know, believe it or not, this is not the worst way I've ever played TF2. Look at that. I can even downright get kills. And get killed. You know what? 40 FPS, that is downright respectable. Not even bad. Unfortunately, though, this level of performance does not allow for circles. Oh, he stole it from me. Alright, let's try some more games on this beast of a computer. Everything else that I wanted to try completely just doesn't run. So, let's continue in Windows. This is not great. Potato. Yeah, that's accurate. This flickering is really good. I bet we're gonna have a great time. There is genuinely half a second between moving the mouse and something happening. Woo! 13 FPS, baby. Black Mesa has to just be like the heaviest Source game. It has not run well even once. Although considering what I usually run this on, I guess that's not too surprising. Alright, well that's mediocre at best. I like how GTA 5 tries to make you feel better about your terrible computer by not giving you a low option for graphics. You just get normal. It's okay, it's normal to be low performance, I swear. Remember, it's not about the size of your graphics card. It's about how you use it. And oh boy, am I using it. Yeah, this is rough. Let's try the tried and true method of turning it down to as low as physically possible. 800 by 600. Hey, look at that. That's pretty good. Hold on, I think we can make it even better. Turn off VSync. Look at that. Okay, didn't really help much. 30 FPS. This is downright playable. If I was like 13 again and this is all that I had, I would still play the absolute shit out of this. If the options are A, don't play game, or B, play game, brother, the quality does not matter. I'm playing the game. For the more discerning of you out there, let's try 720p. Oh, you know what? 720p is not bad. You get a little bit of a visual bump. Honestly, though, I kind of still prefer the 800 by 600. Absolutely sick. Oh, I was hoping I was going to land on that guy. Not bad, not bad. Oh, yikes. This is certainly not optimal. All right, we're just going to skip 1080p and go right to the minimum resolution of 720p. Actually, we can probably go lower if we do 4:3. Yeah, 640 by 480. Let's do it. Oh, yeah. 60 FPS. Dude, this isn't even bad. Okay, I know me saying that the games before were downright playable was kind of a meme. But like, look at this one. Dude, 480p never looked so good. This is ridiculous. I'm impressed. I mean, I shouldn't be because it's 480p. Damn, not bad. Far Cry 5, everything low, including you. Oh, yikes. Oh, this is not having it. Is this actually all low? That doesn't feel like all low. No, motion blur is still on. Okay, how about now? Okay, that didn't help at all. Wow, that's atrocious. I expected a little better than 8 FPS. Oh my goodness, dude. All right, well, down goes the resolution. Dang, 720p is actually the lowest that this game supports. All right, 720p. Wow, that's bad. That is really bad. I didn't think this game was so heavy. And I mean, I didn't think it was a light game by any means, but damn, dude. Is there anything else we can do? Resolution scale, half. So now we're gonna be rendering at half of 720p.